Hey, alright, so here we are. Everybody's been kind of curious about the trailer. So, we're going to do a video just for the trailer. Cooper's playing with his puppy. Cooper's my helper. There's the new Fuzzy. And there's the Catahoula. Alright, so this started off, it's just a 5x12 trailer. My dad had it to haul his motorcycle and then his trike. So I inherited it and got a free cap. This is one of the caps that, it had the full back and the back door. Well, for us, for the camping that I enjoy, to best maximize the time and the efficiency, I always thought it'd be nice to have a trailer that we can just pull up, level out, and go to bed. Instead of taking all the time to set up the tent and everything. Because if we leave home after work on a Friday, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, we're on the road with a 3-hour drive, we're pulling up into dark. So, setting up a tent, building a fire, doing everything in the dark, it makes it tough. So I said, what if we have a trailer that has heat and, it'll store all the camping supplies. We can pull in, set up the bed, go to bed, and set up camp in the morning. So, that's kind of the plan. So everybody's asked about it. Like I said, the trailer's 12x5, free cap, off of Facebook Marketplace. I'm under, $300 into this trailer, and that's over several months of, a couple dollars here, a couple dollars there. I raised it up 2 foot. So this section before the cap, the bed will go underneath, and inside, the bed sticks out, because a queen bed is 5x7. Yeah, it looks a little funny, but I bought some 2x6s and some 2x4s. Like I had said previously, Becky found a thing of concrete forms on Facebook, 3/4 plywood, $50 for the whole deal. So that's what I sheeted the sides with. I just got to pull them off or loosen them up and run a bead of silicone in. I don't get a lot of water inside, but there's a little. So as we walk around, I bought a sheet of plywood for the back door, some hinges, handle, lasp, lock. The door that came with the cap, and as you can see, that's where the cap, that 2 foot difference. But I wanted it 6 foot inside. I wanted to have room to be able to stand up and move around in, if we're stuck in this in inclement weather. So, took the window out of the back door, made a frame, sheeted it with the plywood, cut the window in. So, yeah, a little crooked, but okay. So, as you walk in, we got the box. It's still a work in progress, so it's kind of messy. But what we have, that is an air cot. It's a queen size bed. You plug it in and it blows up and makes a queen bed. It comes out to, roughly, well, it comes out to right in here, just past the inverter. Okay, and it comes up to about the wood. It's a tight fit in there, so, but there's enough room, with the cot coming out to here, we can, sit on the end of the bed, just slide around, whip your feet around, go in. So yes, the inverter, here's my control panel. cell phone chargers, 12-volt plug. I have 2 inverters. The switches, one does LED lighting. The second switch is going to be for a 12-volt water pump. The third switch is going to be for some LED lights on the back to light up, set up the awning right off of the back of the trailer. And, you know, it'll light up the kitchen area. So, we have the Chinese diesel heater. And I just have a vent blowing out towards the bed. I have one blowing down so it'll dry the boots. I bought some cheap jumper cables because I haven't got my solar set up yet. I haven't decided what I'm going to do. So I'm going to use the jumper cables and splice them together, put a plug at the end, and I'm going to set up a battery isolator I can plug it in from the tow vehicle and charge the batteries as we're going down the road. So instead of spending a ton of money on 10 gauge wire, Harbor Freight jumper cables, or Rural King. I think I got these at Rural King. You know, it's not super heavy duty wire, but it works. So what I did is I made a box, and that's where the control panel's mounted, the controller for the diesel heater, and really all this is like a fuel oil furnace. It just blows hot air in. So we lift up inside the box. I have 3 just regular car batteries. I made a ground strip and a fuse block. I have some holes through the side for the little control panel. But it gives me a little shelf when we're inside. Like I said, there's plenty of room to stand and walk around. Say hi, Cooper.
Hi.
He's my helper. So, 12-volt light came in the cap. Have it wired up just as a little night light or whatnot. I got a LED flashlight hanging. Have 12-volt plug right at the back door. So once we get the kitchen in, you know, a couple coat racks. Gonna mount a fishing pole. And well, we're looking out the window. So there's the 1-ton. Got it running. There's Cody's Toyota. Have to do an engine swap. And there's his new engine. Cody's doing this project on his own. Well, I mean, I'll be helping him with it, but he's financing the project. So, his next purchase is a cherry picker to be able to pull the engine out. So, this is what we have going on. Like I said, a queen-size bed comes out 7 foot. So it's just a little shy of the end of the inverter. That inverter does plug in and power up the air cot. And we've set it up, had Cooper in here. And that will actually give us from here to the door of standing room. Nice thing about this trailer, along the floor line, I have these, you know, in several locations. So our camping gear, I can stow in here and strap down. So like I said, pull in at night, just plug in the air cot, extend it out, throw the sleeping bags down, and, you know, we can set up camp in the morning. If it's too cold at night, we got the diesel heater, because we do a lot of winter camping. Now, the one thing I found is I have to run tubing for the diesel heater for the air intake because it's pulling the exhaust from outside through the cracks. And I still have some cracks to fill. But the diesel heater, there's how it mounts. I just drilled 2 holes through the side of the trailer, and it came with a plate that goes over top of it, so the exhaust is there and the cold air intake. But like I said, the heater itself for inside, the cold air return is sucking in some fumes, so I'm going to run tubing up and around, and over on this side I'm going to just punch it out and put in like a dryer cap. So, and I'll turn the fins around so that when it starts sucking air, the fins open and it sucks in the fresh air and not the fumes. Or I might just run it up and let it recirculate the air inside. But I have ample room up there, so I might have to move the 12-volt socket, which isn't a big deal. I have the metal strips right here to extend. The fishing pole holder is going to go, roughly from here up to here. I just have to put the metal strap in between them so that I can mount the fishing pole holders. Still have access to the window, but the fishing poles will go along that side. The front window, what would have been the cap window, I have a gun rack for. So when we're in camp, we can, if we're going hunting, I can set the shotgun or the 22 up in the gun rack. Like I said, it's just the plywood outside. I do have to paint this yet, seal a couple seams.
Windows are a little dirty.
Yeah, the windows are a little dirty, a little hazy. I mean, there's still a lot of little work to do. But, as of right now, I could set up the tent or set up the cot and sleep in this. All our gear's in totes and ready to go. So once I wire up the water pump, and I bought a 20-gallon tank that I'm actually going to mount on the front of the trailer and plumb in the water pump, so we'll have running water for a hot shower, or if we just need water, camp needs, whatever. I'm not into the fancy refrigerators and all that stuff because, like I said, I don't have the solar power to maintain the batteries. I'm just using car batteries, not the fancy deep cycles or lithium ion batteries or anything like that. Why I chose this trailer and decided to do this, campers these days, 10 grand for a small camper that'll fit in to where we go, 10 grand, and they fall apart. They're not made to go down the washboard and the dirt roads or even a mild trail to get into where we camp. So, and same thing, 5 to 12 grand for one of the off-road teardrops. Yeah, I just don't have that kind of money. I'm at $300 into this whole project,
and we're halfway done.
It's over halfway done. All I really have left to do is hook up the jumper cables, make a wire to plug in to charge the batteries as we're driving, and hook up the water tank.
Wait, so if you got a solar panel, could you hook it up to the batteries?
Yes.
Okay.
The solar panel, which I can put, I planned on putting the solar panel out here.
Put it
No, it'll go out here because I have a nice flat spot for the solar panel right out here. Okay. I just haven't got that far yet. The solar kit, just Harbor Freight, the 100-watt kit is $200. And, with kids in school, vehicle repairs, school supplies, just haven't allocated that money yet. And like I said, with the battery isolator and a plug I can charge the batteries as we're going down the road. A 3-hour drive, they'll be fine. I have a little battery tender that I've been checking them. And honestly, leaving the diesel heater on, it's not going to show. Um, there's a glare. But it's at 12.2 volts currently. And it's never dropped below 11.6 volts. And that was sitting here for 2.5, 3 months where I was dealing with other stuff and hadn't been in the trailer or even checked the batteries. So the batteries are doing fine. Like I said, really all it runs is the LEDs. I'd leave it hooked up to the tow vehicle, charging while I aired up the air cot. And then the diesel heater doesn't run, it doesn't draw a lot of power. So, some people had asked, so this is the trailer and why I did it this way. It looks a little funny, which is fine, but $300 versus $3,000 for a queen-size bed, lights, and heat, and a $7 Amazon fan, this works. This will do us well. So, thanks for watching. Everybody have a great day.